Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be our last fight before we take a brief intermission. I'm just curious, are y'all getting excited and ready for our main event? Well, for those of you that don't know, Sparta made history 1 month ago here in Cheyenne, Wyoming, with the help of the Wyoming Combat Sports Commission and Bare Knuckle Hall of Famer Brian Pedersen, where we brought bare knuckle MMA to the world for the first time ever. And it was a pretty great event. So we decided to double down on our bet and make history once again. Tonight, for the first time on American soil, the sport of Lathway comes here. Now, for those of you that don't know, I want to give a little bit of information on what Lathway is. It's also known as Burmese boxing. It is a brutal and vicious sport from Myanmar. Bare knuckle, headbutts, spike elbows. Look, I'm going to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. This ring is already covered in blood. Let's finish it off. Let's paint this whole damn thing red. What do you say? But we do have some fights to get to before our main event. Our 7th bout on the card tonight is back under MMA rules, and it is set for 3 2-minute rounds. Introducing first, fighting out of the Dynamic Mortgage Concepts red corner, please welcome Zeke Alirez.
Back to MMA action, punchy, kicky, chokey time. Top-notch fighter Zeke Alirez. He is an elite wrestler. Does a lot of boxing, has been trained in MMA since the womb, I bet. This kid, 20 years old, 5'9", 150 pounds, comes to us 1-0 against the elder Vance Elliott at 29 years old. He will have the height and reach advantage at 6 feet. He lists his style as well-rounded, and this will be the debut for Mr. Elliott.
Well, you talk about Alirez and the wrestling family that he comes from, and almost followed in the footsteps of 2 great fighters. You take a look at the guy fighting for the lightweight title, coming up against Khabib Nurmagomedov, went to UNC, Justin Gaethje, of course, and then J-Train, Justin Gonzalez, just signed with Bellator. Alirez had an opportunity to wrestle for UNC. He decided, you know what? I want to fight, and I want to get into MMA.
Excited to watch the career trajectory of this young man, because I think he's going to be something special. He just, like I said, he's one of those new age kids, and by new age I mean kid that's been in a gym that teaches all styles all the time. He doesn't come from a single background. Wrestling will be his strength, but he's always been involved in boxing. He's always been involved in jiu-jitsu, so I expect a lot of good things from Mr. Alirez.
JR, I was waiting to get done with the fights tonight to watch the main event. It flashed across my screen. I will not tell you what happened.
Thank you. I appreciate you not saying anything.
I know that your ears get perky around here, right? Because
right.
I've seen guys blow fights in front of you before.
I'm gonna go home and watch the fight. So nobody text me results.
Yeah, and
please.
don't look at your cell phone, JR. Just hopefully you have the location. You know how to get home.
Mr. Alirez with a big smile on his face. Top-notch Sports Academy fighter.
And his opponent, fighting out of the Nutrition Company of Cheyenne, blue corner, please welcome Vance Elliott.
Talking with CEO Jeff Cisneros, and he said this fight was one he was looking forward to seeing.
Much agreed on that.
Well, Alirez put together at 150 pounds, I'm telling you. Looks great.
And just a big smile on his face. One of those gentlemen that's happy to be in the ring. I love watching guys like that fight. They're just excited to be there. It's what they want to do. It's their best way to spend a Saturday night.
Coming in here, I went back and talked to LT Nelson, who's going to be fighting in that Lethway in the main event, and just all the fighters back there smiling, getting taped up, and ready to roll, man.
Well,
Well, the other two MMA fights that we had early on the card, both finishes. This one's going to be a bout that's going to be really a high-paced action fight.
Hotly contested fight, no doubt about that. 150-pound fighters, speed, stamina, endurance, great technical prowess, and with the ability to develop substantial power.
Well, Vance Elliott from a family affair, and you know that they love to get that rivalry going. And the one thing I can say about Vance Elliott, he was dressed in layers. It took a while. Seventh fight out of 13. We'll get to the main card after intermission, but this one is going to set us up for the rest of the evening. Hope you're enjoying the fights wherever you are around the country. A lot of eyes on this one because of the main event, the pro 165-pound lethway, Esteban Payan against LT Nelson. But right now, we have more MMA action. Zeke Alirez and Vance Elliott.
Ladies and gentlemen, this super featherweight MMA bout is brought to you by Cheyenne Beverage, the official sponsor of our VIP section this evening. Let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out the Dynamic Mortgage Concepts red corner from Greeley, Colorado, representing Top Notch Training Academy, Zeke the Freak Alirez. And his opponent, fighting out the Nutrition Company of Cheyenne blue corner, from Denver, Colorado, representing a family affair boxing, Vance the Misfit Elliott.
Zeke the Freak. You got to like it.
The
all right,
Freak
guys, I expect
versus
fair
the
fight.
Misfit.
This is my commands at all times. If you're going to touch them up, let's do it now and come out on the bell.
That'll be all the touching up that we see, I think.
And Mr. Alirez just stalking back and forth, mean-mugging his opponent on the fighter introductions there.
Looked like a lion pacing.
Quick touch of gloves, and we are off.
Elliott right now keeping his distance, tried for that side kick. Alirez stalking, coming over the big right.
Such a polished wrestling pedigree of Alirez. You see him with a little bit of a lower stance, ready to make that shot.
Trying to watch his eyes. He kind of keeps the eyes on the hips.
Oh, and a big left hand.
That's it. It's over. It's over. It is over.
And Alirez with
wow,
walk off KO left hand. My goodness, there's a reason they call him the Freak. Whoa. And boy, he showed it right there. I talked about it, speed, technique, stamina, and my goodness, power.
Boy, Elliott is having a hard time standing up, and referee doing a good job, and Elliott kind of staggering back to his corner. He's still not all there, JR. Watch the replay here.
At the end of the year, every year, Sparta has a party where they do of the year moments. This is a contender for knockout of the year right there. My goodness.
That lower mandible. When you hit that lower mandible, you can recover fairly quickly, and you see him moving around now. Great. That's great to see, but what a placement. You saw him stalking, and the overhand left just comes thundering down on that jawline.
On point.
Boom. Felt like a tree in the forest.
Just out on his way to the ground was Mr. Elliott, and a couple of follow-up punches until the referee can get there and pull it off. Congratulations, Mr. Alirez. Keeps the undefeated record intact. We'll get the official time. It was early in round one, and then a word from Bailey Winters.
Man.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Eric Hines calls a stop to this contest at 39 seconds of the very first round, declaring your winner by knockout, Zeke the Freak Alirez.
Better keep your eye on this kid.
Congratulations. All right, I'm here now with Zeke Alirez. What a huge knockout. How do you feel?
Man, that feels freaking great.
Obviously, you got the finish pretty early, but I'm sure you expected to go all rounds. How do you feel about your performance?
Oh, yeah, man. I was ready to battle, but, man, it feels great. First knockout, oh, there's no better feeling.
You're now moving to 2-0, undefeated, walking away without injuries. I'm sure we're expecting to get you back in the cage again soon. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, I'll be back in here real soon. This is my life now. I'm on my journey, so I'm excited.
You got a lot of fans out there, so I'm sure there's some people you want to thank.
Hell yeah, G-Town, baby! All right, I just want to give a big shout out to my cousin Michael, Top Notch MMA. I want to give a special thanks to Ryan Gerber's out in the stand, RG Elite, helping me get nice and strong. Shout out to all my friends and family out here, baby. Nice 7-0. And big shout out to my coach, AJ Vasquez, getting these hands right. Hell yeah, baby!
Congratulations again. Good work, Zeke. Great knockout.
That'll get us into intermission.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be taking a brief intermission. We'll be right back.